Hey everybody, so I'm back again with another recap of Love After Lockup. This is season 2, episode 13. I don't know the title of this episode. If you already like what you see, like you like my face, go ahead and like this video and also subscribe if you'd like to know whenever my videos drop every single week. Okay, so no threats of violence to any of my subscribers this week. Let's go ahead and get into this recap. Alright, so I'm not even gonna hold y'all up. Let's go ahead and start with Matt and Caitlin. So this week took an unexpected turn in multiple ways for me with Matt and Caitlin. First thing, Caitlin has flew the coop. She has packed her little bag with her one pair of shoes and dipped out on Matt. She has left Matt's mom's house where they were living together and has checked herself into a hotel. I was shocked by this. Like, I did not expect her to leave. I didn't expect her to move out. I was not expecting any of that. I thought she was going to really try to stick it out with Matt. But she's going through too much. She's grieving still. Matt and her are arguing more and more. They're not being sensitive to each other's feelings, and it's just not working out. So Caitlin decided to remove herself from the situation, which I think was a great move. She checks herself into a hotel. She kind of gets settled in. She calls Matt. He doesn't answer. It goes to voicemail. She's clearly visibly irritated by that. You know, I think that she wanted him to be like kind of chasing after her, and he wasn't, so she gave in and called him, and then he didn't answer, and I think she felt dumb. Like, she was clearly agitated that he didn't answer her phone call. So then a little bit of time goes by. I don't know how many hours, but she gets a call, and literally she answers, and we hear, "You have a collect call from," and I was like, oh no. Matt, you're in jail, dude. What happened? She answers the phone, and obviously she knows he's in jail because the phone announces it before you even get to talk to the person that they're in jail. So she knows where he is, and Caitlin is pissed. You know what? Caitlin is just fed up with Matt at this point. I think this episode last Friday pushed Caitlin past her breaking point. She is just tired and fed up with Matt. See, I'm getting tired of you don't never buy me nothing. Why? Caitlin's tired. She's done, okay? Like, she asked Matt, where are you right now? I mean, she knows where he is. You ladies, we all know the setup question. When we already know the answer, we just want to see if you're going to tell us. I mean, Matt knows that she knows. We know that she knows. She knows that she knows. But just in pure woman fashion, she just pulls deep down inside of her inner petty and says, where are you right now? And I almost stood up and gave her a standing ovation because it's like, we all know. But she still had to ask to force him to say it. Oh, I loved it. I live, Caitlin. That's like, where am I right now? Yes, where are you right now? You heard me the first time. Whenever somebody repeats your question back to you, that means they're trying to think up something to say because they don't want to come out and tell the truth. So finally he just says, I'm in jail. And Caitlin's like, what the heck, dude? Like, what is wrong with you? Why are you in jail? What? You've been there for like 3 weeks. So apparently Matt got arrested for stealing a car. Like, just not even anything that is beneficial. Like, if it were me, I would have felt better if he got caught like selling drugs, something. I'm like, at least you're trying to bring money into the house. You just out here doing stupid stuff. Stealing a car. How old are you? 16? And then he said something that was real cryptic, like, oh, it's like a game around here to these guys. I'm like, first of all, what are you talking about? What game? Stealing cars is not a game. This is your life, dude. Second of all, what dudes were you hanging around that stealing a car is something that they do for fun? Matt is, I don't want to say he's a lost cause, because I don't think anybody's a lost cause. I think everybody can turn their life around at some point. But as far as what Caitlin needs right now in her life, Matt is not it. I've been saying this for weeks, girl. Run. Why is I think she's starting to see it. I think the light bulbs are starting to come on. I think she's starting to get a little fed up. And this is kind of like the first step to Caitlin freeing herself from Matt. She said herself she only had 2 rules for him when he got out of jail. Don't cheat on me and don't go back to jail. And he already broke 1 rule. So I think that Caitlin's going to be done in the next couple episodes. I don't know if Caitlin and Matt will still be together at the end of this season. We'll have to keep watching and see. That's it for Matt and Caitlin. So let's move on to the next couple. Okay, so next is Lizzie and Scott. So this episode starts out with Lizzie and Scott, where they are still staying in this hotel, and Lizzie has went out and procured all types of ingredients and the such to make what's called prison pie. I don't know what prison pie is, but it's something that can be made with things that you buy in the commissary. So it looked like, from what I saw, it looked like she had like coffee creamer, Snickers bars. I don't know what else. There was no milk, eggs, or butter, of course, because you don't get that in prison. So it's all things that can only be made like with, you know, non-perishable items, and that can be warmed up in a microwave. So Lizzie is making prison pie for Scott. She thinks he's really gonna like it. I'm excited because I mean, I wanted to see the prison pie. I got a big sweet tooth myself. I love cake, I love cookies, I love pie. I wanted to see the prison pie. I was curious. Lizzie starts to tell Scott about Jasmine and how Jasmine doesn't approve of the relationship and all the woes with that, and how, you know, she definitely wants to take some time and just bond with her daughter. And Scott was like, you know what, you know, if you want to take some time to bond with your daughter, I'm willing to let you do that. I can leave and let you guys have some time together, and I can just, you know, dip out a little early. And Lizzie was like taken aback by that. I think Lizzie got a little nervous because if Scott leaves, does that mean your money's leaving with you? Like, I don't think she wants Scott to leave because she's codependent on him. I don't think that was the response that she thought he was gonna have. So it caught her off guard a little bit. Scott just basically says, well, you know, I don't mind waiting while you take some time to bond with your daughter. I've waited for you this long, so what's a few more months? It's no big deal to me. And then they get into the whole discussion about sex, and Scott starts to say, you know, and she was like, oh, so you know, oh, it's no big deal to you? And he's like, no, it's not a big deal to me. And Scott is constantly carrying around this shroud of guilt because he hasn't told Lizzie that he's broke, and he is scared. He know he needs to tell her, but he hasn't, and he is horrified. So it's like everything that he does, it's, you know, when you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing and you just carrying that guilt around, and it's like every little thing, even if it's not related to that, it still somehow comes up out of your spirit because it's just weighing so heavily on you. That's basically what happened with Scott. So Lizzie's talking about their sex life. Scott is feeling guilt from him being broke and not telling her, and it's just leaking all out. Somehow it turns into an argument, and you know, Scott gets up and just storms out. He's, you know, Lizzie says that he looked down and his eye was twitching, honey. He looked like Uncle Ruckus. One eye was open, one eye was closed. I don't know what was going on with Scott's eyeballs. I think it was just the guilt weighing him down that caused him not to be able to open his eye. I don't know. So then Lizzie and Scott proceed to have the weirdest argument, and this happens every single time. The last time they had the argument when she was at the pool, and he started having these feelings that he was a trick and that she really didn't love him and it was all about his money. It's like he's mad about one thing, but it doesn't come out in the argument about what he's truly mad about. It's like displaced anger. So Lizzie's asking him about their sex life, asking him, you know, can you really wait for me to have sex? Which I ain't gonna talk about that. That makes me angry all in and of itself. And Scott is telling her, yes, I can wait, but he's getting angry because he feels guilty because he hasn't told her that he's broke. And so the anger is displaced at this point. So he has started to argue with her about nonsense, something that doesn't make sense. She's confused. She don't know why he's mad. We don't know why he's mad. Scott don't even know why he's mad. The argument was so irrational and so pointless. I didn't understand it. He just keeps, you know, he's saying things that don't make sense or don't matter, have no meaning. Like, you can always get upset because Lizzie went out in the hall and had an interview with the producers basically explaining what had happened in the room. And he comes out and he's like, really? Like, you gonna talk about me? Like, yeah, you do know you're on a TV show. So what do you mean? Why are you mad at her for going out and talking about what just happened? That's what happens when you're part of a TV show, okay? Things happen and then you have to go talk to the producers about them. You've done it before. Like, it was so irrational, and it all stems from his guilt that he hasn't told her that he's broke. So now he's just gonna pick fights, hopefully thinking that she will leave him on her own. I really think that's what Scott's trying to do. I think he's going to pick stupid fights as much as he can now, so that way Lizzie will be like, you know what, this ain't even worth the trouble, I'm gonna dip. So he will never have to tell her that he's broke, because that is weighing heavily on his spirit. Scott's spirit is vexed, y'all. He is vexed because he has not come clean about him being broke, and he is nervous about what she's gonna say. So he's just gonna pick stupid fights with her until she breaks up with him herself. It's the classic, you know, make somebody break up with you. That's exactly what Scott's doing. Poor Scott. I tell you, every week he gets more and more. That eye, this What was that about, y'all? What was with the winking, blinking, and not? That's it for Scott and Lizzie. Scott has lost it. Oh Lord, poor thing. That's it for Scott and Lizzie. So let's move on to the next couple. All right, so next is Clint and Tracy. So Clint and Tracy's segment starts off with Clint having a come to Jesus meeting with his mom and dad. His parents are really concerned about his marriage to Tracy and how this is going to affect his life. She has a very serious addiction. She is getting arrested. She is back in jail. And Mama Clint is just really worried about how this is going to affect her baby boy. She really wants Clint to get a divorce from Tracy or an annulment. I'm not really sure what it is. Dad is not approving. He's not saying much. But Mama just pours her little heart out. She basically wants Clint to know that he doesn't have to stoop to the level of marrying crackhead ex-felons. You know, there's plenty of, well, this is what his mom said. There are plenty of women, good, clean Christian girls that would be happy to love him. And to that, I say, Mama Clint, who? What self-respecting, good, clean Christian young woman would want anything to do with Clint? Who, Mama? I get you trying to, you know, build up your son's self-esteem so that he can leave this crackhead ex-felon and go on to bigger and better things. But honestly, and I ain't saying he got to marry a crackhead, you know, jailbird, but honestly, he not going to do much better than Tracy. Clint is a mess. He's awkward. I still stand by my statement that he is on some type of drug, probably meth. The man looks the same age as his parents. When they were sitting having their little come to Jesus meeting, I looked at his dad and looked at him and I'm like, how do y'all look the same age? Clint has hard lines in his face. He always has cuts and sores, and y'all know folks on meth be picking at their face and picking at their skin. Something ain't right about that boy. I don't know if, you know, he says on social media he's not mentally slow. So if that's not it, then what is it? If you're not mentally challenged, then you must be on drugs. That's only two things, because you're not normal, Clint. Clint basically is professing his love, saying that he's not going to give up on Tracy. That's his goddess. That's the love of his life, and he's not going anywhere. It's much to Mama and Papa Clint's, you know, disappointment. Later in the episode, Clint is on the phone. He's outside smoking a cigarette. Tracy has called him like twice earlier in the day and he missed the calls. And so she called him back again. He answers the phone. Clint is being so sweet. I love you, baby. I'm here for you. I'm so glad you called me back. I hate I missed your call. He's just, you know, being himself, treating the goddess as the goddess that she is. And, you know, Tracy just starts talking like she don't want to be with him anymore, and basically asking him, does he want to end it? And Clint starts crying. He's like, I ain't never done nothing but love you. Why are you talking like this? Why are you pushing me away? Why are you acting like you don't want to be? He's like, I want to fight for our marriage. And she's like, don't you want to just end it? Like, where did this come from? This was such a 180, because just a couple weeks ago, Tracy was saying divorce isn't in my vocabulary. She got her name, his name tattooed on her hands. She would act like she was in it to win it. And now all of a sudden it's like she's changed her tune, and I haven't seen any behavior from Clint that would make her be like, I want to end this marriage. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm totally on Clint's side. He has literally done nothing but love and support her. This man literally went with her to get crack on their wedding night. If that ain't support, I don't know what is. He has done nothing but love her, treat her like a queen. I mean, everything. And for her to just come out of the blue and be like, you know, don't you want to just, where is this coming from? Something's going on with Tracy. I don't know what's going on. I still think these two are going to stay together. I think she might be just going through something right now. I don't know if maybe an ex came back into the picture, another man. I don't know, but something weird's going on for Tracy to just up out of the blue start talking like she wants to divorce Clint and leave him. So after Tracy says a couple times, don't you want to just end it, Clint finally throws another fit. He gets mad. He throws his phone out into the yard. He starts kicking the tires on his truck. He's going like ham outside. His mom comes out there. She must have heard the ruckus and was like, what's the matter? What's going on? And he starts snatching his camera off, talking about, you getting what you wanted and they're getting what they wanted and the whole world's getting what they wanted. And I was like, oh no, baby, I didn't want y'all to break up, because I was thoroughly enjoying this relationship. Y'all have entertained me. Please don't break up so we can keep watching y'all every week. He just loses it because, I mean, he really wants to be with Tracy. They're not gonna break up. Something is going on with Tracy right now that's causing her to push Clint away. I don't know what it is, but eventually they're gonna get back together. Clint's not gonna give up on her that easily. Don't think you can get away from him that fast, Tracy. Where you going? Come back here. He gonna be right back calling her, and they're gonna be back in love again by next week's episode. Mark my words. But that's it for Clint and Tracy. Let's move on to the next couple. Okay, so next is Brittany and Marcelino. So now that Brittany has revealed that she is pregnant, her and Marcelino are going grocery shopping, and this was clearly a scene set up by the producers. These people are not grocery shopping. They're walking around, they come across a baby aisle. Marcelino's like, oh, baby aisle, ooh, scary. Baby likes the bottles and formula, oh my. Go down the baby aisle, and he's picking out Pampers, and he don't know what size to get, and she's telling him, no, we need a bigger pack than that. He's like, what, bigger? Like, he has no idea what to do with a baby. And you know what, I didn't even knock him for that, because I had a couple friends that recently had babies, and this was like kind of like my first time as an adult, like really going like baby shopping, like with a registry for a real baby shower. And I was in Target lost. I didn't know where anything was. I didn't know what the sizes, it was overwhelming. I was like, I want to get these and get out. So I've kind of with them on not knowing what size diapers to buy, because I don't be knowing. But they have a conversation about their future, and Marcelino basically says that, you know, he never really felt the need to commit to anybody. He's never been a commitment type guy, and that concerns Brittany. She wants to commit to him. Apparently she's jumped on this penis bandwagon now. She's all of a sudden straight as an arrow and doesn't like women anymore just because she's done with Amanda. She's not fooling me. I know Brittany's real colors, and I think this baby is kind of got her in like the family state of mind. But give her a little time, the freak gonna jump out again. So she's concerned about Marcelino's lack of commitment talk, or making it seem like he's a commitment phobic. It all seems like a front to me. All that seems staged, because Marcelino has done nothing since Brittany has got out but be committed to her staying out of jail, to taking care of her, to making sure she's good. There is nothing about Marcelino that has said commitment phobic from the beginning of this show. So that to me was just like to throw us off for the proposal later. I didn't appreciate it. I didn't like the miss on my intelligence like that. I see what you're doing, we TV. I know what's up. So they're going on their first date on the Vegas Strip. They're walking down the strip, and all of a sudden they see this street magician who apparently was the Walmart version of David Blaine. And he calls them over and decides to do some tricks with them. He did like this little card trick. I was like, this is clearly staged. All of this is staged. Like, all of this is staged and seen. It was all fake, and I didn't like it. He did a magic trick where, you know, he made the ring appear, and Marcelino gets down on one knee. They have this long dramatic pause as if Brittany's not gonna say yes. They go to commercial break. They come back. He's still on his knee. I'm like, come on with it. Like, let's go. What are we doing here? She's not gonna say no. I hate when TV shows like do these dramatic like cliffhangers as if we don't know what's gonna happen. Like, we're not idiots. He proposes with his grandmother's ring, which I thought was cute. You know what? The proposal wasn't terrible. The whole magician and the magic trick, and Brittany claims she didn't know. She had no clue what was going on. Girl, if you don't get, go on with that. You knew exactly what was going on. The street magician was like, first of all, they have cameras all around them. There was a crowd, and he picked them. It was all fake, but you know, they're engaged now. Good for them. He gave her his grandmother's ring. I thought it was sweet. She loved it. He was concerned about it not being a big fancy diamond, but she said it was sentimental. She loved it. Congrats to them. I didn't appreciate the fakeness of the way that their whole segment went this week, but I'm happy for them. Best of luck to you in your future endeavors. Let's move on to the next couple. Last is the throuple, Megan, Michael, and Sara. Oh, we have so much to unpack with these three this week. So first things first is that apparently Sara was contacted by Michael's PO, which maybe I heard this wrong, but for my understanding, Michael's PO basically ratted Michael out, which I'm like, what PO? Like, why is the PO calling his baby's mama to tell her that he had another woman with him in the car when he got locked up? So apparently the PO was like, I got something to tell you. Apparently they're homegirls or homeboys, they're friends. And the PO tells Sara that when Michael was late to his parole, when he got arrested, there was a woman in the car. Her name was Megan, blah, blah, blah. He's with her. So she finally just goes through his phone because now she's like, all right, something's up. She finds all of their messages, Megan's nudes, Megan's videos, all the nasty messages she sent. Like, she finds the holy grail of the cheaters' hiding spot. And basically now she knows about Megan. Now she goes to talk to her friend Emmy, who Emmy was in that gym. I don't know where they were, but Emmy scared when they put the camera on her. I got nervous. I said, is this Conan the Barbarian? This girl had half her head shaved off. She all strong. Just, Oh, hey, Sara. Dang, girl, you're strong, but, ooh, got me nervous. They sit down and have a conversation. She basically tells her everything and how, you know, while he was gone for the 2 days, when he disappeared, he took Megan to Niagara Falls. All this. She knows everything. The thing that got me, or that confused me, so Michael calls. He just happened to call when they were sitting there. And she answers the phone, and the first thing she says is, I got a question to ask you. And let me say this, because I know y'all gonna talk about it. I remember, like, I don't know, at the beginning of the show when I defended Sara about her code switching. Remember I said that, how we gonna talk about Sara for talking a certain way around people who talk that way when we, black people, go to work and we talk like white corporate America. We all use our customer service voice when we're at work. We talk like the people that we're around. And so I didn't necessarily think it was that big of a deal that Sara talks black when she gets around Michael and his family, or around, you know, other black people. And then she talks white when she's like with the producers or with her friend Conan the Barbarian. And I still feel like that. But this week's episode, it was a little ridiculous. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. That code switch was so strong, and from what I was like, oh, we putting on heavy this week. Like, she was like, Mike, I got a question to ask you. Did you take Megan to Niagara Falls and have sex with her? I was like, who is this? I defended you. Like, don't make me regret my defense of you. Like, and it might have been like she was angry, and so, you know, like that New York, like, black scent sounds tougher, and so she was like, I don't want to sound like sweet little Becky, I want to sound hard. Did you take her to Niagara Falls before I come through this phone on you? Like, that's how I feel like she was trying to be. I think she's like, it's like her alter ego. It's like Sasha Fierce for Sara. It's like she goes into her alter ego and it makes her tough. But I digress. So the code switching was a little ridiculous this week. I know y'all gonna talk about it in the comments, so I just decided to address it. So Michael decides to basically play Sara like she's an idiot and pretends to not know what she's talking about. I don't understand why you asking me that. Okay, all right. Sarah's like, okay, fine. You really gonna talk to me like I'm stupid, like I don't know what's going on. You took some girl, Megan. You took Megan to Niagara Falls. You had sex with her. Like, just tell me the truth. She's giving him a chance to tell the truth. Michael still doesn't want to let go of the truth. He's not ready to fess up. So he just pretends like he don't know what she's talking about. Eventually, she just hangs up the phone and, you know, basically says that she's going to break up with him. We all know, whatever. She's not going anywhere. Fast forward. Megan is getting ready to go see Michael. She's excited. She's doing her makeup. And you know what gets me is, like, I saw this week, it clicked in my head. Megan enjoys Michael being in prison. Did y'all see how giddy she was when she was getting ready to, I'm going to see Mike in jail. I can't wait to see him. Let me do my makeup. I want my eyes to pop. She was giddy. If I was going to see my ex-felon boyfriend who just got locked back up, I would be pissed. I would be like, I gotta see this fool in jail again. He done got locked. Oh my God, I did this for a year and a half. Now I gotta do it again. She was so excited. It was like she enjoyed the whole going. I think Megan glorifies the thug life, like, my man in jail, I'm going to put money on his books, I'm going to visit my man in prison. I think she thinks that that's cute. Like, she was so giddy getting ready to go see this man in prison. I was like, you like this, you enjoyed this hood thug life. And I think it's a rebellion against everything she grew up, because clearly her dad and her family are clean cut, very straight laced, and I think this is her form of rebelling. Maybe she didn't get to do it in her teen years, and this is how she's doing it. She was enjoying this way too much. So the producer calls Megan down and basically says, Sara wants to meet you. Are you willing to meet her? Yes, they set up the meeting. Sara is in the car driving to go meet Megan. And she's basically ranting and raving in the car, talking about how, you know, she needs to know that he's married and that I'm not just a baby mama, I'm the wife. And why would she come into his life knowing that we have a child together? Like, first of all, just because somebody has a child with somebody doesn't mean they're together. Now, if my man told me he was living with his baby mama, but we not together, we all know that's a lie. That's line 101 for men most of the time. So Megan should have been smarter than that. But at the same time, if this man is telling her, I'm not with this woman, we just have a child together, then that's not her fault. I felt like Sarah's anger was misdirected. She needs to direct all her anger at Michael, not Megan, because I really honestly feel like Megan is innocent in this. Before I go, something I thought was odd was when Sarah was asking Michael about Megan, she didn't say, did you take some girl named Megan to Niagara Falls? She said, did you take Megan to Niagara Falls? Now, normally when you call someone by their name, it to me it sounded like she knew her. Like if I caught my man cheating, I would be like, did you take some girl to Niagara Falls, some girl named Megan? Because I don't know who this girl is. I just saw Megan in the phone. But she said, did you take Megan to Niagara Falls? It just sounded to me like she was familiar with Megan. Like maybe he's told her about Megan in some other capacity. Did she think she was a homegirl? Sarah knew who Megan was. Sarah knew who Megan was. Whether or not she knew that he was with her when he disappeared for the 2 days, I don't know. But she definitely knew who she was. The way she said it just didn't sound right to me. But yeah, so they left it on a cliffhanger again, WeTV, with Megan and Sarah walking up to each other. It looked like some disrespect is going to get thrown back and forth. I think I heard Megan call Sarah Becky, and I'm like, this man's wife. This is not time to be calling somebody Becky. I think she could probably beat the brakes off you. Don't let that long blonde hair fool you. So we'll see next week, hopefully, what happens when they actually meet each other. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching me again. If you liked anything I said in this video, go ahead and hit the like button, or you can subscribe if you haven't already so that you can catch my videos every single week. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it, and I'll see you next week in the recap. Bye. You might want to, or okay, so no threats of violence to any of my follow. All of a sudden, you know, this street magician, what was he? I can't talk today. The street musician just, if I call him a street musician one more time, I'm gonna cut this camera off.